Let's begin in a seated cross-legged position, known as easy pose. Hands can come down to the knees, palms can face down or they can face up. Gently lower your gaze or close your eyes as you begin to deepen your breath. Taking a few moments here to center yourself into the here and now, bringing yourself to this present moment. Giving yourself the freedom to be without thoughts of the past or worries of the future. And simply allow your deep breath to ground you into this time. If you need a way to deepen your breath, try inhaling for 3 counts and exhaling for 4. Or maybe you inhale for 4 and exhale for 5. Always trying to exhale just a little longer than when you inhale. On your next inhale, bring your hands to heart center, fingertips touching, palms pressed into Anjali Mudra. If you have an intention or dedication for your practice, bring your energy towards it in this moment. We'll start with 1 cleansing breath all together, taking a deep inhale here. On your next exhale, release the hands down to the sides. Inhale, take the arms overhead. Exhale, bring them down in front. Inhale, open them. Exhale, bring them down. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, bring them down in front. Inhale, open them. Exhale, bring them down. Once more. Inhale, overhead. Exhale, hands to the front. Inhale, open to the sides. Exhale, hands down to the mat. Begin to take your head from one side to the other. Moving at your pace. Bringing your head forward and back. Taking a neck circle here, just a half circle, going from one side to the other. Bringing the shoulders up to the ears and down to the body. Up to the ears, down to the back. Up to the ears, down. Once more, up and down. Bringing the shoulders forward and back. Forward and back. Forward, back. Last time. Forward and back. Begin to roll one shoulder up at a time. Go at your pace. Follow the path of your breath, which may mean that you're going faster or slower than me, and that's okay. And then reverse this. Bring that shoulder from the back to the front, searching for movement within this part of the body, creating space as we release tension and tightness here. And then return back to your easy pose, switching the leg that's in the front. Inhale the arms overhead. Exhale, twist to the right. Inhale, untwist. Exhale, twist to the left. Inhale, untwist, arms come up. Exhale, drop the right hand down, left arm comes overhead. Inhale, bring the arms back over. Exhale, drop the left hand down, right arm comes overhead. Inhale, bring the arms back, hands come down to the knees. Lift the chest, find your seated cow pose. As you exhale, pull the navel to the spine, find your seated cat. Go through this 4 more times. Follow the path of your breath, listening to your body. When you've finished with this, just return back to your neutral position. From here, we'll bring the feet together, finding cobbler's pose or bound angle, also known as butterfly. Allow the hands to come to the feet, ankles or shin, whatever part of the body feels good for you. And exhale, fold forward. Breathing deeply and fully here. Relaxing all of the muscles in your face. Releasing your tongue from the roof of your mouth. On your next inhale, bring the torso back up to the center. Extend both legs out to the side, finding your wide angle pose. Knees are up to the ceiling, feet up to the ceiling. Hands can come to the middle if you want to hinge forward. Keep the spine nice and long. Or you can simply remain upright, nice and tall on the sitting bones. And hold for a few breaths. Try to keep the knees and the toes facing up to the ceiling as much as you can. And maybe you walk the hands just a little further. Maybe you come to forearms if that feels good for your body. Come back to your deep breath. Notice if your exhale is shorter than your inhale and try to lengthen it here. One more deep breath, breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. On your next inhale, squeeze the navel to the spine, lift your head, walk the hands into the body. We're going to pull our left foot to the inside of the right leg. Keep the right leg stretched to the front of your mat. Inhale, take the arms overhead. Exhale, fold forward. Low belly coming down to the thighs. Hands can come to the knees, shins, ankles, or foot. On your next inhale, bring the torso back up to the center. Lift this left knee, get nice and tall on the sitting bones. Spine is long. Twist over to the left, hug this left knee into the chest. Right hand can stay on the mat behind you, or you can wrap it around your back and open through, left hand can go behind you. And the right arm is hugging the right leg. Untwist, bring yourself back to center. Extend the leg out to meet the other. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, come back up to staff pose. And we'll switch to the other side. So now we'll extend the left leg. Pull the right foot to the inside of the left thigh. Inhale, lift the arms. Exhale, fold. Hands can come to the knees, shins, ankle, or foot. Breathe in deeply and fully here. Relax the muscles in your face. Soften your brow. Release your tongue from the roof of your mouth. Inhale, bring it back to center. Exhale, pull the right knee up towards the ceiling. Hug that right knee into the chest. Left arm comes behind you. Right arm comes behind you. You can wrap that right arm behind the back if you choose, opening through that right shoulder. Keep trying to lengthen your spine, lifting as tall as you can. Release the right arm from behind your back. Let the left hand come down. We're going to take our left leg out to the side. Bringing that left heel into the left thigh. Bring your right foot to the inside of the knee here. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, twist to the right. You can stay here. If this feels okay, walk your hands forward and come down to your forearms. You can even find a bit of a diagonal if your body gives you permission to do so. Inhale, come back up. Untwist here. Arms come overhead. Exhale, drop the right hand down and find the left arm overhead. Inhale, bring it back to center. And we'll switch. Pull both feet to the front, center yourself, and then bring that right foot to the outside of the right hip bone. Left foot comes to the inside of the right knee. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, twist to the left. Stay here or come down to the forearms if it feels okay. You might even find a bit of a diagonal. Inhale, come back up to the center. Arms foot overhead. Exhale, left hand down. Right arm comes over now. Gaze can be forward or up to the ceiling. Inhale, bring the arms overhead. Exhale, pull them down. We're going to hug both knees into the chest. Lift through the spine as much as you can. And exhale, bring the knees down to the mat. Find your table pose. Come into the place where the knees are right under the hip bones. Hip bones are underneath. Hip bones are in line with the shoulders and wrists are underneath the shoulders here. On your next inhale, bring the right arm up to the ceiling. Exhale, bring it across the chest. Right shoulders down, heads down. Slide the left hand to the top of the mat. Breathe in deeply and fully for thread the needle. Inhale, pull that right hand to the side of the face. Use that hand to untwist the right arm. Exhale, right arm comes to the outside of the head. Left leg comes back, finding your sunbird pose. Exhale, elbow and knee together. Inhale, take it out. Exhale, pull it in. Inhale, take it out. Exhale, bring it in. Inhale, send it back out. Right hand down, left knee down. Take a few hip sways. And come to the other side. Inhale, take the left arm up to the ceiling. Exhale, pull it across the chest. Underneath the right arm, left shoulders down, heads down. Slide the right hand to the top of the mat. Breathing deeply and fully here. On your next inhale, slide the right hand to the side of the face. Use it to untwist the left arm. Left arm comes to the outside of the head. Right leg goes behind you, extending here. Elbow and knee come together. Inhale, take it out. Exhale, pull it in. Inhale, take it out. Exhale, pull it in. Inhale, take it out. Drop the left hand down, drop the left knee down. Knees come together, feet come together. Send your hips back. Let's find our child's pose. Try to keep the elbows off the mat as much as you can, stretching through the palms, through the shoulders. Two more deep breaths. On your next inhale, lift your gaze. Start to pull the forearms down as you let your belly lower down to the mat. We're getting ready to come to our Sphinx pose. Lift off of the chest, off of the mat. Pull the shoulders right underneath the body. Wrists are in line with the shoulders. Fingers are spread nice and wide. So I'll show you facing this way just so you can see. Let's do it this way. Like that. But we're going to be laying on our belly. And we'll hold this for a few breaths. So this is a back bend, but it's a passive back bend, so we're not arching as much as we are just simply trying to lift the collarbone and bring our gaze forward. Several more breaths here. Relaxing your tongue if it's on the roof of your mouth. Softening your jaw. On your next exhale, allow your chest to come all the way down to the mat. We're going to bend the right knee. Plant the left hand under the left shoulder. Take the right hand, palm to the bottom of the foot. If your hand doesn't reach your foot, that's okay. Just keep stretching that hand back, and that's your active part of the pose. That's what you'll be working on. From here, get nice and strong in that left hand. Bring a slight bend into this right elbow. So if your arm is straight, slight bend here. And then as you inhale, lift the chest and lift into that right shoulder. So this should be a really deep shoulder stretch for you. And bring it down. Straighten that right leg. Bring that right hand under the right shoulder. And we'll go to the other side. Bend the left foot. Left hand, the palm, comes to the bottom of that left foot. So if that arm's straight, slight bend. Okay, so from straight to slight bend. Get strong in both the top of the right foot and the palm of the right hand. Instead of that elbow splaying out, pull the elbow in. Lift as you bend through that left elbow, pushing through that right palm, getting this stretch in the left shoulder. Exhale, bring it down. Release that foot. Both hands come underneath. Squeeze the navel to the spine. Pull the toes together. Elbows in as we find a big back bend. Cobra pose here. Exhale, bring the hands down. Let's take some locust variations. Arms stretch to the front. On your next inhale, lift the left hand and the right foot. Gaze can be forward or down to the mat. Exhale, release, and switch. Right hand, left foot. Exhale, switch. 2 more times on each side. Go with your breath. We're inhaling up and exhaling down. And when you've finished, bring yourself back down, and we're going to do both feet, both arms, and the head 3 times in a row. Let's begin here. Inhale, pull it up. Exhale, bring it down. Inhale, bring it up. Exhale, bring it down. Inhale, bring it up. Exhale, bring it down. Palms come to the sides of the body. Plant the palms nice and firmly here to the mat. Inhale, lift the chest. Use those fingers to inch, 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 and lift. Exhale, bring it down. Inhale, lift. Inch with those fingertips. Exhale, bring it down. Last one. Squeeze it off. Lift it. Exhale, bring it down. Last one here. Palms face up now. We're going to inhale the shoulders, feet, and palms, and head off the mat. On your next inhale, lift it up. Exhale, bring it down. 2 more. Inhale, lift. Exhale, bring it down. Inhale, lift once more. Exhale, bring it down. Very nice. Allow the hands to come to the front. Return back to your Sphinx pose. Feet together. Elbows underneath the shoulders. Wrists in line with the elbows. Very nice. Connect with your breath here. On your next inhale, squeeze the navel to the spine as you start to lift that belly. Come to the knees. Bring the knees right underneath the hip bones. Walk the hands forward, melt your forehead and chest. Find melting heart, Anahatasana. On your next inhale, squeeze the navel to the spine. Lift the head, walk the hands back. Find your thunderbolt pose. This is where we bring our seat to our heels. If this is intense, take a block, pillow, book, whatever you may have, and bring it underneath. And by lifting, that decreases the intensity in the knees. If this doesn't feel like it's really intense, spread the feet wide. Let the hips come down between the feet and find hero's pose. So this is what it looks like from the front. Feet out to the side. Okay. And then from the side, you can see that the seat is coming between the feet. Okay. So you can stay here, or you can walk the hands back, lifting the chest, letting the head drop. Listen to your body. Only go as far as your body would like. And just respect the boundary that it's giving you. If you've reclined, inhale, pull it back up. If you're in hero, come back to the heels. Meet us all in Thunderbolt. We'll meet here in Thunderbolt. Nice. 2 deep breaths here. On your next inhale, allow the knees to come up. Great. So here we are, knees under the hip bones right underneath the shoulders, palms face forward. We're getting ready to come into our camel pose. So we're going to start with a half camel. Begin to push the hips forward and lift the chest. Inhale, bring it back to the center. Great. Push those hips forward again. Let the chest go back. Come up as the head goes back. Inhale, bring it back to center. We'll repeat one more time. If you want to go into the full expression of the pose, reach those hands back to the heels. Stretch those hips forward. Allow your head to come between the shoulders. On your next inhale, bring one hand up, squeeze the navel to the spine to protect your low back. Bring that other hand up. We'll come to our child's pose here. Deep breath. And we're going to end on our back, taking a supine pose. So allow your spine to come down to the mat. Great. So from here, we're going to take a bridge pose. So we'll allow the knees to be in line with the hip bones, directly in line. Ankles are directly under the knees. So we're always trying to be in alignment, keeping our body safe and strengthening our body the way it was created. So we're going to bring the palms down to the mat, and on your next inhale, begin to lift the hips. So you have some options. You can decide if you want to flow up and down, or you can hold, maybe work the shoulders underneath the back and clasp the fingers together. Just a couple more breaths, wherever you are. And we'll release the hands if they're there. Pull those shoulders back down to the mat. If you're flowing, go ahead and pull the hips down. And all together, we'll meet ourselves with the low back down to the mat. From here, we'll bring the soles of the feet together, knees open, and we're finding that bound angle again. Supta Baddha Konasana. Here, reclined bound angle. You can do this with feet in the air, or you can do this with feet down on the mat, hips open. We'll just be here for 3 deep breaths. On your next inhale, bring the elbows in line with the shoulders, finding 90-degree angles here. Pull the knees together. Take the knees from one side to the other as you take some twist, spinal twist here. Tuck the knees into the body. Take a few ankle rotations. Take a few wrist rotations. Extend the legs down the length of the mat, arms float overhead, pointing through the toes, extending through the fingertips. Allow the palms to face up to the mat. Allow the palms to face up to the ceiling, feet open the width of the mat. You can stay here for Shavasana. This is corpse pose. This is our resting pose. If you decide not to take a Shavasana, that's okay. If you do, pause this video here for 3 to 7 minutes. And when you finish with your Shavasana, unpause the video and finish our closing with us. We'll meet in a seated cross-leg position, allowing the hands to come to heart center, fingertips touching, palms pressed into one another. If you have an intention or dedication, go ahead and bring your awareness back to whatever it was. Maybe you didn't create one, and maybe you just want to dedicate this practice to yourself or to someone else right now. Take a moment to do so. We'll end with 2 cleansing breaths, starting as we take a deep inhale here. The light in me recognizes and honors the light in you.